Hello, everyone. Good morning. I don't usually do weekend sprints, but here we are. I don't know if I'm alone. I don't know if anyone's going to join me because, as I said, this is not my usual sprints. But if you're here, thank you for being here. And if you're watching this back, hello. We are going to have a cozy time. So I thought while people had the time to sprinkle in, I would kind of let you guys know what I've been reading and such since the last time. So since last time I saw you, I did finish Percy Jackson, which love that because I needed that for my book club. I also finished this, which I read for a video essay that I'm going to probably film today, and am halfway through the Midnight Orchestra. I'm listening to this on audio while I do. Oh my god, the sun is out. These paint by number paintings. So that has been what I have been up to. Just finished this one. I'm absolutely obsessed, but I don't think I'll be doing paint by numbers this morning. So what I'm gonna read instead is another middle grade book, which is The Clockwork Conspiracy, which was voted on by my channel members. So that is what I'm going to be starting. So a fresh book for today. Let me know what you guys are reading. Hello, Megan. How are you? What are you reading this morning? Hello, good morning. Welcome in. What are we reading? Also, I'm sorry. My dog, you can see her. She's smelling everything like she hasn't been in this office a million times before. Also, I'm thinking of doing probably 30-minute sprints this morning and going for a few hours because it's football Sunday today, and obviously gotta watch the Bills because I'm a Bills fan. So Elantris, nice. Are you liking it so far? It's one that I obviously need to read because I want to read everything Sanderson. Miss Bourne, nice. Are you liking Miss Bourne so far? What are the thoughts? I feel like everyone's reading Brandon Sanderson. I am still also in the middle of Rhythm of War, and when I say middle, I mean like the beginning because I'm like 200 something pages in. Obviously loving it, but it's a more chunky book. My goal is to have it finished by the end of January, if possible. Now I feel like I should be picking up Brandon Sanderson to stay on theme with you guys. Nice. Is it your first Sanderson? Oh my god, what am I doing? I clicked a button on my keyboard and I lost you guys for a second. Is it your first Sanderson or have you read more from him? Starting to like it, very heavy on yeah. I feel like I felt the same with The Way of Kings when I first started. Especially it was very jarring for me because I don't usually read fantasy, so that was a lot. But I'm glad you're at least starting to enjoy it because that's the start of a series. But I've heard also that the first Mistborn is not the best. I feel like everyone I've seen talk about it recently has said that when Well of Ascension starts, it gets a lot better. And I feel like it's the case for a lot of his series. So good morning, friend. What are you reading? Are you reading? Are you being productive? Are we just waking up? Oh my god, my dog wants to come say good morning to you guys. First Sanderson that I'm enjoying. I also DNF Skyward a couple of years ago, but I feel like it's very, obviously it's more sci-fi, but it's very different from his stuff. Nice. Okay, so you've been locked and loaded on Sanderson, which I love that for you. I need to read. Usually I read things. I say that. I don't really always read things in order, but for that, I wanted to read the novellas, especially because I like all of the characters that the novellas are based on. Still haven't gotten to them. I'm reading Just After Sunset by Stephen King. Have you read a lot of his backlist? I am not a Stephen King connoisseur, so I have no idea what that book is, but I hope you are enjoying it. Is it a thick one, like most of his, or is it a smaller one? The sun is shining this morning. Yes, nice. I usually like to keep the intro of my sprints a little bit shorter because when I start these, I'm usually super motivated to read, and then the motivation slowly unravels. So if you guys are ready for a first 30-minute sprint, do let a girly know. I'm excited to see what I'm gonna think of this. I don't know why. I really wanted the audio of this, but it's not on BookBeat, which is very surprising. At least I didn't see it. So I think I'm gonna have to just read this one physically, but that's fine. I can't have every single book on audiobook. That would be quite the luxury. I'm gonna start getting us ready for our first sprint. Mm. Haven't read Just After Sunset, but have been an avid Stephen King reader. Mm. His books terrify me, though I'm not a like thriller horror kind of person, so it's probably just not the right genre for me, admittedly. So we're gonna start at like for me it's 9, it's gonna be 9:10 on the dot and come back in 30 minutes. I have some ambiance that I'm gonna play, some little camping ambiance. It's my favorite one on YouTube. Um, and for the amount of times I watched it, there should be no ads in the middle of it, but I'm sorry for any jump scare that may or may not happen. So, setting us up, and I'll see you guys then. Hello, everyone. How did we do? I am apparently having a battle with the sun. Let me try to work something out here. We got it. How was the first sprint? I'm sorry, I had put the wrong time. I realized like 3 minutes before the end. Um, Oopsies. 24 pages. Nice. Hello, Krista. My church is closed today. Oh, well, thank you for popping in to say hi. I hope online church is, I'm assuming it's better in person, but at least there's the online option. But yeah, for sure with the cold right now, if the heat isn't working, that's not the best. I made it 34 pages into this. I decided to get the audiobook finally because I just wasn't able to focus on it. So I'm just like tandem reading it. There are a lot of like really pretty illustrations in the book, so it's fun to like read and listen to at the same time. And the audiobook is actually really fun to listen to. But it's very different to the usual fantasy I read because this is like a mystery fantasy, and it's super interesting because I'm learning a lot about clocks. Like, this is about a young boy whose dad is a horologist. He takes care of the Big Ben, and he goes missing while they are like changing the clocks. Very intrigued so far, and yeah. Hello, first time here. Nice to meet you. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for hopping in. Working on my reading journal with extra time. Oh, yeah, I also have to film for the upcoming week. Yeah, I feel like yeah, that's true. It does give extra time at home. I'm like a reading, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is fun. Reading journal, yeah, nice. Hoping to read some of Foundation by Mercedes. I have no idea what that is. And I've never heard of the author. What kind of book is that? And also, yeah, BookTube. I feel like a lot of content has been coming out. So I do also need to catch up on BookTube. Hello. Oh, 3 pages is good. Nice of you to join. I know I started these early, and depending on your time zone, not everybody can make it at the same time. What is my dog doing? Oh, church heaters. It's an issue. I'm assuming, it's not obviously not the brand new buildings either. Hello, I know you have sprints at 10, so thank you for popping in. Once I'm done, I'll probably be hopping to watch your sprints. Thank you for hitting the like. Epic fantasy. I'm gonna have to Google that because I see Collegium Chronicles. Is this epic fantasy with academia, or am I being a silly, goofy person and not understanding? Either way, I hope you enjoy. We love a good epic fantasy. Is it like chunky epic fantasy? Also, you can see my bunny having breakfast. They're really all over the place this morning. Oh, the sun. Ooh! I love school settings. Let me have a yonder and see. Arrows of the... Ooh! Very, different covers I love. This is actually stunning. Ooh, and I think the audio is included in Audible Canada. Just added that to my library. Thank you. Yeah, that's not chunky. That's good. Peep my dog trying to sniff my bunny. Honestly, it's the same when I watch your channel. I feel like we read such different middle grade, but it's so fun. But this is the author of the Adventures on Train series, one of the co-authors. So that's how I know about this book. If not, I probably would not have found it because although it's fantasy, it's a little bit different than what I'm used to. It's also the first book in a series. I don't know how this is going to become a series. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of like Adventures on Train, where we have different mysteries and it's probably just going to be the main character solving them, but they're not necessarily going to be tied together. But middle grade has also very much consumed my life, so I feel like all I do is research and read middle grade. So you have more of a variety when you read, which is what we're all aiming for, I feel. My dog is being bad. My bad. She was eating stuff she shouldn't be, which is probably the most typical thing about dachshunds. Ooh, what is the spooky middle grade? I feel like it's one of the only genres of middle grade I don't read. I need more recommendations. So if you have any, I will gladly take them. Also, you guys let me know if you're ready for another sprint. I'm excited to get back into my book. Oh, is it good? I've heard of this book. Yes, yes. I thought I might be too scared. That's also the thing. I'm a very easily scared person, which doesn't bode well. Even with middle grade, sometimes I get a little bit spooked. But let me know if you think it's good. I'll add it to my eventual TBR. And I'll start setting us up. Again, we can go on like when it gets to 50. Another book I haven't read. I need to read Coraline. I feel like it's such a staple and like everybody knows Coraline either through the movie or the book. I haven't seen or read it. But I'm glad to know you like it. I'm definitely going to jot that one down as an eventual book to pick once I've cleared up some of my TBR, which if you've seen my TBR video is massive. Hello! Oh! The Tog tandem read. Is it your first time reading the books or are you like rereading them and doing the tandem read? Because I've heard some people like are super excited about tandem reading and then when they get to it, it's apparently very difficult and jarring for some people and some people just kind of quit, but Coraline movie is better. Oh! I feel like that's a rare take, but I do think I've seen a lot of good reviews of like the movie. Interesting. I might watch the movie instead then. Could be a little cheat sheet. First time reading the series. Nice. I feel like you're probably gonna be in for turmoil once you get to the end of that. I've seen so many people. I haven't finished the series. I think I read the first 2 books and then I gave up, but everybody cries at that last book in the series. Oh! I didn't know that was a thing. That's very interesting because I feel like I've seen people with, like, 2 huge physical books trying to, like, tandem read. It gets a little chaotic and confusing, but if you have it that way, I'm assuming it makes the job easier. Okay, I'll stop the yapping here, and then we can come back in 30 minutes. Hello, hello. I don't want to scare anyone, but the sprint is over and now the sun is gone and it's super dark. So let me fix that. I guess this will have to do for now. I don't know why it's so dark. Hello, hello. How are you doing? What have you read so far? Hello, joined during the latest sprint. Hello, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Only read 12 pages. 12 pages is good. 12 pages is better than nothing. I love that for you. I have 50 pages left in Tales of Earthsea. Ooh. I mean, you're almost done. It's a day late, you know? It's not 2 weeks late, so don't feel too bad. Good morning. Got to sleep in today. Nice. Yes, it is the same time here, but I love that for you. A nice sleep in is always the vibe for the weekend. I'm trying to find a way to put more light. I'm sorry, for some reason it's dark, but then obviously my dog gets all the sun. I got to page. I know I got to chapter 14, page 74 of my book. Same kind of feelings as before. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's gonna be like a new 5-star, like absolutely obsessed, but I think it might be like a 4-star read so far. And they can't all be 5 stars, and I think that's fine. The audiobook is really fun. So yeah, it's a grand old time. This makes me want to go back and finish the Adventures on Train series as well. Might try to put some of those on for February, though my Everbloom TBR, which was live this morning, I can put a link in the comments if you guys haven't seen it, but that part of my TBR for February is done, but I still need to play Book Hive, so maybe I'll squeeze some in there because I just saw they have the audiobooks on BookBeat, which would be nice. It was nice. What were you reading to stay up so late? I miss staying up late and reading, but I struggle with my sleep so much that I'm like, do I really want to do that to myself? Probably not the best idea. But it does balance out. Plus, it's Sunday. Like, who doesn't like a nice lay-in on a Sunday morning? I think it's a great vibe. So I love that for you. Oh, my God. I'm struggling. I woke up today a very last minute to get ready for these sprints because I woke up and I had to like shower and wash my hair, and my hair is very, 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 very thick, and I made it like 2 minutes late. Oopsies. Oh, I'm so jealous. That is so fun. I'm assuming for Tales of Earthsea, or so it's like you're on a time crunch. Oh no, I assumed wrong. Lexicon by what is that? Because I haven't heard of the book or the author. I feel like you guys read so many books that I've never heard of, which is so fun. But also, I love when you love a book for book club. I wish there were in real life book clubs for my area, and sometimes I'm like, I should try and start one. But if not, I have my online book clubs with you guys, but there's just something about finding people in your area to talk about books with that is magnificent. Oops. It's a sci-fi thriller. Oh, see? Two of my most unread genres mushed together. I love that. Mm. Mm-mm. Very interesting. I feel like I can't talk. The title felt very sci-fi. Would not have imagined that there was. That is actually so cool. I love that for you. Went to a local indie store and asked if we could meet there. That's amazing! Yeah. Are you in the US? Because again, and I say this all the time, this does not feel like something I could do in my area because everybody speaks French. There are so many book clubs in my town, but I am only part of one. Oh my god. I'm so jealous. And I'm assuming there's French book clubs um, in my area, but I don't love reading French books. But it is becoming more English, so maybe I could like go on my local Facebook groups that like talk about books and see in Houston. That's nice. Also, like props to you for starting this and like having the courage to set everything up. I'm assuming that was not easy. I was reading the Tom Felton. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Have you listened to the audio or were you listening to it physically, reading it physically? Because I've heard really amazing things about the audiobook for that one. You work for the library? How did I not know this? Have you told me before and I forgot? I'm so jealous. Oh my god. I feel like I picked the wrong career. I should have picked something bookish too. But alas, that is not what I did. Also, I'm sorry, I keep reapplying lip balm. It's been freezing cold here. So much snow. Everything is dry. So my lips are suffering. But also, if you work for the library, I'm like shooketh. I love people with bookish jobs. Like, how cool is that? Oh, I forgot to change the title of what I was reading. Can I even change that? Oh, I can. Let me change that. Can I even spell? There you go. I did notice you weren't around. Gotta respect not being online for whatever reason it was. I respect that. Yes! Okay, that's why he narrates it himself. Oh! He sings? I feel like he would have such a nice singing voice. I'm gonna have to go peruse the internet now to find it. Very, very interesting. But also oh my god, no. To this, I hope everything is okay. I know you're probably not going to discuss this on live, but I'm just sending all the positive vibes. Oh, yeah, that's not a good vibe. That sucks. I hope you're feeling better. I was also sick a little bit this week, but it passed by very quickly. But I feel like everybody in Canada is getting pneumonia. And I'm like, I am exaggerating, but I know so many people who have been really, 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 really sick. And then a lot of people got COVID again. Oh my God. It was not a vibe. I feel like everybody at the holidays was like, I'm sick. And then when I went back to work, my coworkers like didn't want to, because again, this is probably like a French thing, but when you like meet people, you like give them kisses on both cheeks, and like people were just like elbowing because everybody was sick. It's pure chaos. But on that note, are we ready for another sprint? Because we've chatted for like 10 minutes, and usually I do like 30 minutes, 10 minutes of talking if we have things to say. I wish I could find a local book club. I feel like those are very not opposed things, but I feel like the romances, I mean, there's a lot of closed door romance. I love myself a closed door romance. But like Christian fiction and romance with smut are like things people tend to like not mix together. I know that my Christian friends don't read smut, or they try to like stay away from it as much as possible. So that is very like opposing views, but yeah. We love a responsible health queen. I love that. I like my coworkers who wore masks. I was like, I applaud all of you for trying to not get me sick, because I have asthma. My sister is like type 1 diabetic. We have my sister who has a small child. I'm like, I'm not trying to, like, the small child can get me sick. I don't want to get that child sick. And I don't want to get sick because with my asthma, it's very hard. When I have like bronchitis or those kinds of things, I struggle. 'Tis the season for being sick. Okay. I'm like out of whack. I'm not used to Sunday morning sprints. I think I'm just gonna start another sprint. Yes. When my asthma wasn't diagnosed, because I take a lot of medication for my asthma. Like I have like daily pumps, my like emergency pumps. Like there's a lot to do with my asthma because I get winded very, very fast, even if I work out, even if I take my meds. And when I didn't know I have asthma and I stopped breathing, like I couldn't actually physically walk, they had to put me like on oxygen masks, and I was so afraid. I am indeed in Quebec. Quebec, in a very French town. I'm like an hour-ish, a little less than that, from Montreal. But my city is very, very French. Like I had to drive a few towns over to go to school in English once I reached high school. Like we have one elementary school in my town that's English. All of the rest of them are French. And then I had to drive a few towns over. I make it sound like it was super far. It was like 30 minutes away, 25 minutes away. But yeah, it's not something that's very common. I don't have a lot of friends from here specifically that, like, if I didn't go to school with them, everybody I talk to is French. My partner's French. Like, it's a whole thing. Not that I hate French. Like, it's very much like my mom is French, my dad's English. I have both languages, but I do definitely identify more as like English speaking. It just feels more natural because I've done all my schooling except university in English. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like in my head when I was a kid, it felt like it was more French, but it is indeed very much English from what I've learned as a grown-up. That makes sense. Okay. This is all very interesting, but I know that people are here to read. I'm sorry, you're probably not here to learn about Quebec. Though it's a beautiful place. I'm sorry. Goodbye. See you in 30 minutes. Hello, hello, welcome back. How did this sprint go for you guys? It was another good sprint for me. I've been good at just like sitting down and reading slash listening, but also these comments were so nice. I thank you guys. That made my heart very happy, and I feel less bad for yapping. 9 pages, nice. 20 pages left. I'm starving, but I have got to get this finished. You can always mute me and just finish if that makes it better. That sprint didn't have any reading, but I did sell and deliver 6. Nice! I've been on I'm losing my words, on a really big streak with Facebook Marketplace since January. I think since January 1st, I made like $300 selling like books and stuff on Facebook Marketplace, mostly books, because I did another kind of bookshelf clear out. I think I'm now at less than like 200 unread books on my TBR because I had some books that I knew I just wasn't gonna get to. I love that we are sharing the Facebook Marketplace energy. So I wish you guys could see my dog. Like, I feel like picking up my webcam, but that would be weird. She's like laying down on the armrest of the chair. She's like sighing because she wants to cuddle on the couch, but I am not apparently allowing her to get comfortable. She could go on her own, but she's such a Velcro dog. But I feel like this, by the way, was like such a productive way to spend the sprint. I made it to page 108. I'm 20 chapters in, so I basically, in the 2 hours we've been sprinting, well, I mean, we didn't sprint for 2 hours, but since I've been here, I've read 108 pages, which isn't too bad. I'm listening to the audiobook on 2.25 speed. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is really hit or miss in terms of like people wasting your time and stuff, but I found that like since I've been posting books, and I like had hundreds of books that I've been selling over the past like year, I've made kind of like a following on, that sounds so weird, on Facebook Marketplace, where like I usually sell my books a lot to the same kind of people and they buy bundles from me. So the first months are the hardest, but then when people start noticing like your ads, and then you like they see that the books are in the condition you've like told them it is, and like they can trust you, it becomes so much easier. I have like a bunch of people who follow me on Facebook for my books now, and I have people who are like, oh, contact me first if you sell these kinds of books. And I sell some books to a secondhand bookstore, and that owner like knows me well now, and so sometimes when she's in my area, she's like, hey, do you have books to sell? And like it's easier to make contacts if you have stuff to sell. 16 pages in. Nice. Getting ready for the day, made my bed, fed the dogs, and started the Midnight Library, one of my favorites. I feel like, again, and I say this every time I talk about Matt Haig, he's very much hit or miss. Some people love, some people hate. I've rarely seen people feel like he's fine. Either you really enjoy his books or you don't. I fall in the I love him category. I still need to read The Life Impossible this month. That's another one I want to get the audiobook to. Audiobooks are becoming an obsession, and it's starting to be a problem because obviously audiobooks are expensive. But I did see someone on one of my, I think it was on my goals video, mention that the Queen's Library has this thing where you can, like, if you're not a resident, you can pay, I think it's $50 USD for the year, and then you can get audiobooks from like Libby and stuff. So I might try that because again, here I have zero access, but I love BookBeat, and I also use Audible, but Audible is expensive. All that to say, I hope you love the Midnight Library. It's a hard-hitting read for me. I did cry while reading that book because of the mental health stuff, but I did really enjoy it nonetheless, obviously. Like, it was a good crying. It was a therapeutic cry. My dog, what are you doing? She is such a needy child. Look at her face. She's the most cuddly thing in the world. We sleep all cuddled up together. She takes all the room in my bed. But it's okay because look at her. My little chubby wiener dog. She's the laziest dog ever, though. It's cold outside. She doesn't want to go walk. If it's wet outside, she doesn't want to go walk. I just started audiobooks a year ago. Yeah. I think the thing is, waiting obviously kind of sucks. But I mean, it's better for the wallet. But like sometimes, especially I think what is fun about reading middle grade is audiobooks are a lot cheaper. So for example, I did go ahead and buy this on Audible, and it wasn't like a $35 audiobook, but it still like adds up if you buy all of them. So I do use BookBeat the most. I think BookBeat really hits it for me because again, BookBeat is like in the UK and they have a lot of children's books in the UK that we don't have access to or that we don't have the audiobooks to. But the dog it sucks though because I was like like obviously I knew getting this dog that like she wasn't going to be like they're very active dogs, and in the summer we have like the time of our lives. In the fall and the spring she'll go out, but like in the winter sometimes it's like just a nice fresh snow outside and I'm like, oh, like it would be nice to go for a walk, and like I put her down and she's like, absolutely not. I'm like, you haven't even tried, like what are we doing? I do love Libya and Hoopla. The thing is, when you like think of Canada, a lot of people like assume like Vancouver and Ontario, but again in Quebec, the main language here is French. Everything is in French, so maybe they do have a library service, but for French books. And like even I sometimes go to a library just to look at books and be like, oh, maybe they have some of the books I want to read in English because they do obviously hold like an English section, but there's never anything I'm interested in, and it's just the only thing that's not accessible in the English language. If I lived, for example, in Ontario, just like 40 minutes away from me is Cornwall, I would probably be able to access libraries in with like English literature and English audiobooks much more easily. But the fact that I'm in a French province really does create this like lack of accessibility for English, but I get it. And the government here is very much protective of the French language, and I understand, but it's just not as easily accessible. Or if not, I'd be straight up on that. And I do research. It's probably going to eventually become more accessible, but it's still a struggle. I have two dogs that like outside of doilies. But see, at least you have some who like and if I put her in the snow, like she'll play in the snow. She just doesn't want to go for a walk. And as soon as her tummy's wet, she's like, that's it, I want to go home. But she's like this tall. So like her tummy's always wet. I do. It ends up being a lot less expensive. That's usually what I do. But the book for this was actually the same price as if I like purchased these credits. So it ended up being like the math was the same with my discount. But yes, usually I buy them in the 3-pack or the 5-pack so that I have a few. I should probably get on that soon. Yes. See those deals for like new members. Love that. And Audible, I think like when you say like I want to piece out, like for now I'm getting credits for like $7 a month. So it's less expensive, but the Canadian dollar is also not worth that much. But yes, they do have that deal, but for new members. And I am not a new member. So boo-hoo. I mean, yes, but she's also a dog. Like, she doesn't mind if her tummy's wet of snow. Like, snow's fine. But then slush, not fine. So she's a little bit of a diva, and we were told when we got her, like, she's a little bit dramatic. She's a drama queen. Uh, but you can do that? I thought it didn't work. I thought because like if your email was connected to it, it knew it weren't you were I can't talk. It would know you weren't a new member and so it wouldn't let you? Or am I being stupid? Kind of like with Kindle Unlimited, because Kindle Unlimited always has those like deals for new people, but if you've done Kindle Unlimited before, it doesn't let you like unsubscribe and do it again. Or is there a hack I am unaware of? Yeah, that's the one good thing with Audible. And even with BookBeat, I was looking to see if they had any like promotions or anything because they are like in pounds, so it's like expensive. It's less expensive than Audible with the amount of books you can listen to per month. Uh, but I did things and then it gave me a month for like 0.10 of a pound, and I was like, I'm gonna take that. Thank you. Gotta save the coins this year is my goal. I'm like on a semi well, in my goals video, you guys know, I have new rules for like how I can buy books and stuff. Uh which I've been super good with this year so far. I mean, we're 12 days in, but I've sold a bunch on Marketplace, and the only two books I bought so far were Mistborn, The Well of Ascension, and The Last Hero, whatever that called, book 2 and 3, because I need them for my read along. But I haven't bought anything else, and I've been selling a bunch, so yay me. Huh. Look at you helping a girl out. Thank you. I'm going to research this. Because usually why did I not think of Toronto libraries? Interesting. Thank you. I will look into that. Huh. Because 99 cents, I can do 99 cents for sure. Also bought only two this far. I can't talk. Two so far this year. Spirit of the Wood, To End the Green Rider read along, and Hero of Ages for Mistborn. Nice. Look at us being responsible people. That's not a book a day. Woohoo! Spirit of the Wood. Why does that title ring a bell? Nope. I've never seen this. It's a pretty green cover, though. Why does the main character remind me of Shallan? Just for that, I'd add it to the TBR. She has like the same kind of ginger, earthy vibes. Oh, I've seen the first cover of this. Is it good? Should I add it to my TBR? I am on a book buying ban until I earn a shopping spree for. Ooh, TBR game. What is your TBR game? I love TBR games. Clearly, considering I have my own, which I'm not doing at like too bad at this month. The only thing I did, like I read that isn't on my TBR is Rhythm of War, but if not, I've been sticking to the TBR because I'm scared of having to eat a chili pepper. I joined a Green Rider series read along last May, and that was the last book. How many books are there? But I'm glad. Okay, you love the series. I'm gonna add that to my TBR as well, I think. I did get 5 books from little free libraries yesterday though. Ooh! Yeah, that is the right direction. If you donate more than you bring in, that's fantastic. What did you get from the little free library? That's also something we have here. Uh, I love going and like donating books and stuff. Oh, love that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people did for December either because they were trying to like finish up TBRs or they just wanted to like read holiday reads or because of so many things happening, they just kind of went with mood reading. And I can respect that. I just love playing TBR games so much. It's like my favorite part of every month where I can like take out my board, especially with Book Hive, because I made the entire game myself. It's just so much more fun. There's 7 books, 2 novellas, and book 8 comes out this month. Dang, another big series. And some of them are chunky. Woo! Oh, it's an older series. From what I see. When did the last book? Oh yeah, they are chunky. And that series started in 1998. I was 1 year old. That's crazy. I love though when like a whole community of people are hyped for a release. I am sad I didn't get to Within Truth in time, but I loved the hype of people getting excited for that big book release. So I'm assuming it might be the same kind of vibes. Wow, 3 to 4 years to write each book. That's a long time between books though, and I think that makes it tricky to a certain extent because like for example, Nevermore is like a middle grade series. It's a lot less complex, like it's so complex for a middle grade series. But like the last release was years ago. And like I have to reread everything before getting into Silverborn. So I can't even imagine waiting 3 to 4 years between book releases. Like, do you reread them all between every release? Like, how do you remember things? That's that's crazy. Love TBR games, which is why I made one too. Thank you. I love my TBR. I feel like that's primarily what people watch my channel for. Like a lot of people come for my TBR videos and then they see me the the following month and then a portion of people just watch my videos in general. Um so I totally get that. I love my TBR game as well. I love all TBR games. So, like I love going on a binge and just watching a bunch of TBR games. One, because I feel like you can tell a lot from a person from what they pick, obviously. And two, it's just such a creative way to like pick up books. And I'm really excited for my bookshelf blitz series that I'm starting because I'm using a different game uh to pick my TBRs, like some which I've like been inspired from BookTube, others that I've like just kind of thought of. The first month, I'm really excited, so I should be starting to film that very soon. But those are going to be like fun TBR games separate from my regular TBR game. So we're adding even more into the mix, which is exciting. Were we still energized for another sprint? Do tell. I could do another 30-minute one. I don't know. Percentage wise, I think I'm like 30% of the way through this. Yeah. So if I can make a little bit more of a dent in this before I go and be an adult. I'm really not in the mood to adult. I have laundry to do. I have to pack my lunch for tomorrow. But later, today is Sunday, football day. It's takeout night, and I'm also going to be trying to finish this book while doing my new paint by numbers, which is going to be so pretty. I'm seriously like obsessed with paint by numbers now. Like, how fun. I need to put the like finish on it and then I can display it on my bookshelf. But this was so fun. It's not obviously not perfect, but I had so much fun doing it. This and audiobooks. I'm thinking of doing like a craft evening live show for February, probably, where we can all like come together and do crafts and stuff. But yes, for one last sprint. Perfect. I will. Oh my god, my audiobook just started again for some random reason. Perfect. I was thinking of doing one last sprint and then it's going to be noon here, so lunchtime and adulting time. So, right, like I finished it yesterday. It was so cozy. I listened to 50% of my audiobook yesterday while painting, which is insane. Like 52% of this was listened to just while painting. It was the coziest and it's easy to concentrate on an audiobook when you do something like paint by numbers because it's just like it's not a very demanding task. So fun. Perfect. So my upstairs neighbor is being so annoying. Okay. One last sprint. See you all in 30. Hello, hello. Welcome back. How did we do with the sprint? Do let me know. It was a chaotic one for me. I did read, but my dog also had some pent up energy. So we were running all over the place, throwing balls. Now she's a little bit more restful. But I made it to, let's see, that's not the right place, 152. I am on chapter 28. So pretty good. I've read 152 pages during these sprints, which is great because I literally just started this book. And how long do I have left of the audio? An hour and 53 minutes. So that is perfect. Also, yes, remember to hydrate, check on your laundry, because I feel like everybody does laundry during Sunday sprints, and do hit the like button if you please, because it does really help my channel. Also, I love people saying hello to each other in live sprints. Read a chapter of Foundation. I got a text to meet my sister in half an hour. Love that for you. 22 pages. Nice. Y'all are doing good. Finished. Yay. So that is good. That is very, very good. One book left and I finished this classic series. Wow. You can check that off for a 2025 series completion, which I am not doing so well on that goal specifically in January, though Mistwick is part of a series. Percy Jackson is also going to be part of a series, but I'm starting a lot of series, which was not the initial goal, but it's fulfilling other goals. Woo! How are you liking it? It is one I'm scared to read. I think Wind and Truth is going to be my favorite of the series, but I've heard so much mixed feelings on Wind and Truth. My friend said he enjoyed it, though he didn't love everything about it. I've heard a lot of people say it wasn't very Brandon Sanderson feeling and very unresolved. Thank you, friend. Enjoy church, and I hope you don't get sick for a little while at least. Take care of yourself. It was indeed the last sprint. Yes, it is now time to adult. Got 11% into midnight. That's nice. Last time you were at 4%. So good job. Good luck with adulting, my friend. Hope to catch you guys. I will be back on Thursday evening. It's my bi-weekly sprints. I'm doing some sprints on Thursday evening. If some of you guys want to join, I will be there. They're already set up on my channel. But for now, I am indeed going to wrap these up because I've been here for 3 hours. Have a great day, friends. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. It was really nice to get some reading in, and I feel like it was a great, soft, fun start to the day. And now I will go adult. Hope church was fantastic and that journaling is fun. Happy Sunday. And I get that. It's just my Instagram, my reels did not get the memo. But okay, I'm going to stop yapping. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Thursday for those of you who make it. Otherwise, I did post a new video this morning for my Everbloom TBR, and I'll be back with another video on Wednesday. Bye, guys!